Hello everyone, I'm Nikita Chopra and I welcome you to the OET Masters, the one and only young experts. Alright, so let's start with the OET Masters, and the special topic of the day is OET speaking. Alright, you must be knowing that there are three parts. So first, the warm-up questions. Second is the role play 1. Third is the role play 2. So one by one, we'll be discussing all the three. Alright, beginning with warm-up question, guys. I'll really clear it right now that there is no evaluation for warm-up questions. That means no one will judge you on your warm-up questions. That is just to make you comfortable. For example, if we go to an interviewer, the first question is general, that what is your name or what is the place that you come from. So these questions are always to make a candidate feel normal, feel exactly relaxed and satisfied and confident to speak the further topic. Then comes the role play 1. What exactly it is? It is just in acting with your good language skills, Alright, so beginning with role play, how we need to do it, I'll be giving you a sample in this video and I'll be telling you that what are the ways to plan your role play. Alright, so let us begin with a sample of a role play and I'll be telling you first that how we need to plan it. Alright, so beginning with your planning. See guys, there is always strategy of speaking or of writing or in fact stressing up your mind to learn or to speak something. That is always think, then plan and then speak or then write. Alright, so if there is speaking module, you need to think, plan and speak. If it is a writing module, you need to think, plan and then write. So this is really a genius strategy I would share with you guys. Alright, so moving further, I'll just tell you that how to read a role play. Alright, you must be knowing that there is a sample which is always given to you, that is the nurse task. If it is the speaking for a nurse, not for a doctor or physiotherapist. So I'm just talking about the nurse's role play. Alright. Then we have the setting as a heading. As you can see that we have a setting at the top, right? So which only depicts that what is the place we are talking to the patient. Is it a home visit? Is it a first time visit to the clinic? Or is it the place in the hospital, in the ward you are visiting to the patient? Alright, so next comes to be the nurse. That is, it is always written in the corner after setting about nurse. That is the main task that nurse needs to do. Then comes the task which contains bullets. These are really necessary to be followed up. Each bullet asks you one or another question which you need to answer. Alright, so now moving, I am just getting a role play. Alright, so talking about the topmost thing that you may confuse is setting. See, setting means appropriate start of your speaking module, which I don't think that you must be knowing that there is a very important role of this setting. This actually will give you the number of or set of questions that you can ask from patient. For example, if it is a visit in the patient's ward and you're asking to the patient about like how are you feeling or something, like he underwent some surgery and you're just confirming about his health condition now. So these type of setting actually gives you an idea that yes, we know the patient's condition, or yes, we know the complete task, we understood and we are ready with the set of questions. For example, if you're the patient, I'm the nurse, you're visiting to my clinic for the first time, I will never say this, that how are you feeling? That's something very opposite, or that is very contrary statements. Alright, when you're visiting to me for the first time, my job duty will be, hello sir, how may I help you? Right? So these things are to be very noted and these are actually evaluated, because ending and the starting, or you can say the starting is the first impressions. So these things are evaluated. Okay, second thing comes to be For example, as you can see on the screen, the role play I have picked is a home visit. So that means the nurse is assigned to go or to visit the home of the patient and the further task. Alright, so let's read together the nurse role play. That says, a general practitioner has asked you to visit a patient who has diabetes. Until recently, the diabetes has been moderately well controlled by diet and oral medication. However, recently the patient's blood sugars have been high and the doctor has decided to commence insulin injections. The doctor wants you to show the patient how to give herself the insulin injections. On arriving at the patient's home, you find that he or she is very unsure why she needs insulin injections and very nervous about the procedure of administrating the insulin. So now, what do you understand by this task? Now guys, you must be knowing that there are only maximum 3 minutes to prepare for your role play, right? 2 role plays, 2 to 3 minutes of preparation, 5 minutes of speaking, again 2 to 3 minutes of preparation and 5 minutes of speaking. So how we need to manage those 2 to 3 minutes of preparation is must. You must learn that thing. And right now I'll be telling you simultaneously that how we need to, score ourselves and how we need to manage this thing. As I have read these 6 to 7 lines, so what I understood and what you understood is that the patient was fine, but the doctor has asked the nurse, that means to you, to visit to the patient's home to actually make him understand the importance of insulin injections, also to have decided to commence insulin injections. So what task you got to understand is that you need to teach how to apply the insulin injections on self, right? Moving to the task, it says the first bullet is, as you can see on the screen, explain to the patient when requested. That means the patient will himself ask. Might be some examiners do not ask you. So it is your responsibility that you need to ask the same specific question to get the appropriate answer. Alright. Explain to the patient when requested when she needs insulin injections. Explain slowly and clearly the whole process of giving the insulin, including using clean needles, administering the injection, sites for injection, etc. So these things are actually to be circled. These are the main key words you can stress on. See, remember that 4-5 minutes of speaking should be well planned. That means you need to actually pass your time. You need to act in such a manner that you are at the patient's home and you need to console him that, sir, you must understand that these injections are really important for you. Alright. Then next bullet point says, try to reassure the patient that she will be able to manage the injections. Now, here you get to know that you need to reassure. That means the patient is already in a panicky situation that I'm fine. Why are you coming here to apply me the injections, right? So assuring him or reassuring means that he can able to manage the injections. So this statement gives you an idea. The consoling statements are required, right? For you, I'll just mark a trick here and right now is always write and practice. So there is nothing like cramming in OET. For every question, for example, this question is that you're consoling the patient, so such consoling lines can be learned. Not the topic can be prepared, you never know what comes. So these consoling lines can be. So do not worry, these applications or these injections are really easy to apply. I'll teach you, and this is actually some, confident lines that you should learn. The last bullet says, emphasize the importance of safe needle disposal, suitable containers, proper care and handling. Alright, as you know that today's world states that cleanliness is must. So use your own brain, use your own language, just use your communication skills. You should be clear, you should be loud, you should be very confident to speak, and these points can be spoken in sequence. For example, I'll give you short clips of my own that how you can speak, right? Alright, first of all, you'll speak that, hello sir, I'm here and I am being sent by a general practitioner of yours, Mr. Any name if you want to take. Actually, you must be knowing that your blood sugar level is really on rise. So I am here to teach you how to apply the insulin injections. Now obviously the patient won't accept it so easily, right? So keep on consoling, put an effort. How? That means you need to start with, I know sir that it is really difficult for you that applying injections every day or every time required, it really hurts. But believe me sir, you need to lead a healthy life, and for that you need to put up the injections. And I'll teach you some easier ways that you not to come to the hospital or clinics to get these applied. You can just apply it own self. So such statements can be done. For this thing, speaking, I keep on saying to my students that do not be panic your own self, alright? What you need to do is, whenever you talk to a toddler, that means a small kid, you try to make him convinced of the things that you cannot afford. So to do that thing to the patient. Try if it is a reluctant patient or the patient that is not convincing, you may say this that, oh yes sir, I know it is difficult. If a patient is not having a shower, so how you can say that I really know sir, it is irritating at your removal of lesion or something. Or it may give you a pain, but believe me sir, it is really important to you to have a hygienic body, or to have a hygienic environment. So these things are to be understandable, right? Okay, now here you can add one more thing, that you may confirm the condition of the patient by asking few questions correctly. For example, alright sir, what about your food habits? What is your sleeping pattern? Are you completely satisfied with your appetite? Is something disturbing in your digestive system, digestion? So these things can be confirmed. It is your job duty. Alright. Next is that how you need to end up correctly. So here, always remember that whatever the suggestions, for example, you will be explaining that there are 3 sides of insulin injection, applying insulin injections, right? So you do not give such thing that, okay, try using this side on thighs. So don't give that personal advice. Just tell that there are 3 sides. Then it is up to you, wherever you feel comfortable, you may continue that side only. Okay, coming back to the ending point, how you need to close up, right? This is also important, as I have told you previously. So when you're closing up, just do not wish and go off. No, that is not the correct statement. You should always actually, first of all, close up your advices, or close up with a hope that, okay, I really hope so, ma'am, that you will follow my advices to live a healthy life. And like if a patient is already in a ward, so you may say that get well soon sir, and hope that you actually follow my advices and take all the prescribed medications, and anything you require from me, just press your buzzer. If the patient is in ward, then only the press the buzzer statement comes. If obviously the patient, if you'll cram such things, you'll cram every task, you'll actually mix these things. That if a patient is in ward, some students say me that, okay, please, get well soon, and press the buzzer. That's fine, that's acceptable. If the patient is coming to me for the first time, how can he press the buzzer? He's not being admitted here. Right? So these statements is to be considered well. Only in OET speaking, or I should say that you're lucky that you're appearing for OET in which no vocabulary or no your knowledge of medical is tested. It is, yes, it is true There is no evaluation on your medical knowledge. They don't want to listen that what you say. They actually want to listen that how you present yourself and how you speak, how you actually console the patient. What is your soft skills of speaking? If a patient is actually mentally retarded, then also being a nurse, you cannot raise your hand and leave that side. You have to orderly help out the patient to be calm and to relax him. Okay, so to the last point, one more thing, students have put up in my videos a very common question that if we have doubt or can we confirm the examiner? Yes, definitely you can. Not every line is to be confirmed, that makes no sense, but yes, if you have some word problem, if you're not getting a point understandably clear, you may ask or you may raise that, sir, can you please elaborate this? So this is really a genuine and formal thing that you should ask. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can leave your questions in my inbox. We'll help you out to clear OET soon. Hope you like my video and stay tuned for the next video.